Today at Secret Super Chef we have puff pastry, or as we call it, maska khari. We all love typical maska khari dipped in our morning tea. This is exactly that, but homemade and with very less butter. I have showed both stove top and oven method, so do follow the recipe till the end. Let's begin with the recipe. In a bowl, add 3 tablespoons butter. The butter should be soft but not melted. Using a balloon whisk, cream the butter. Cream it for almost 7 to 10 minutes. You can use a hand blender too for the same. Add 1 tablespoon all-purpose flour. Once again, let's whisk this for 5 to 7 minutes. Or till you find our mixture has become nice and creamy. Transfer this into a bowl and set this aside. This is going to be our in-between spread that we are going to use for our khari or our puff pastry. In the same bowl, take 2 cups of sieved flour. You can also use 1 cup whole wheat flour and 1 cup flour. Add salt as per your taste. I have added 1.5 teaspoon. Now I am adding 2 tablespoon butter. You can also add oil if you wish, but since I am making maska khari, I am using butter. Butter, oil or ghee is added to the flour before kneading so that it gives that khasta, that crispiness to the end result. Though this is optional, but I'll highly recommend. I'm going to use some warm water to knead the dough. This is a regular dough that we make. A very simple chapati dough where you add required water and knead a nice soft dough. My dough has almost come together. Knead it for a few minutes till it does not stick to the bowl. Grease a little butter on the dough and again knead it till you have a nice soft dough. Knead it for almost 5 to 7 minutes. The rule here is the more you knead, the softer the dough. Finally, the dough should be non-sticky and it should be easily pliable and soft to touch. Our dough is all ready. Dust your rolling board with some flour. Place the dough on the rolling board, roll it, and then divide the roll into equal portions. You will get 6 equal rolls. Tuck each dough ball nicely and shape it into a nice circle. I have divided them into 6. If you feel they are too big, you can divide them into 8 as well. Let's flatten the dough ball and start rolling them. Sprinkle some flour on the rolling board and start rolling it. While rolling, if the dough starts sticking, you can sprinkle some more flour and keep rolling it. The whole idea here is to roll a very thin, flat chapati. Roll all the 6 doughs together and keep them separately, but make sure all of them are as thin as possible and they are not sticking to your rolling board. You can see how thin I have rolled, it's almost transparent. Lift the chapati up from the rolling board, turn it around and see if it's sticking. We want a nice thin chapati which is not sticky. Dust some flour on the rolling board and spread 1 chapati over it. Now all we are going to do is apply a very generous layer of the butter that we had prepared. Remember, the more generous you are, the more your puff pastries will rise. And you have to spread it on every corner of the chapati. My first layer is done. Now I'm going to place my second rolled chapati over it. Be careful while doing so, and if you feel there are extra edges on the sides, trim them. All we have to do now is repeat the same process of applying the butter generously on the chapati and again placing another layer till you finish the entire chapati layers. I repeated the whole thing for the entire 6 layers. All I did was I rolled all my 6 chapatis all together and kept them separately on a dish towel. So if you roll your chapatis all together, it becomes little easier to stack them quickly. Now as shown in the video, fold from one side and again apply the butter. Similarly, roll the dough from other side, while applying butter on it and doing this from all the 4 sides. The quantity of butter that we have used is more than enough, so don't worry. Follow exact instructions for best result. This is a little labor of love, but it is worth it towards the end. Once you're done folding from all the 4 sides, you'll have a square block. This is exactly what we want. Now using a rolling pin, roll it into a rectangle. Here we are not going to roll it very thin. Roll it till you have 1.5 inch thickness. If you want, you can go up to 1 as well. This is what we are looking for. Generally, for such things, my guideline is the end of my rolling board. Using a cutter or a sharp knife, cut them into desired shape. Being too perfect here, so using a ruler. No hard and fast rule, cut it the way you wish. A pretty sharp knife also works fine, so don't really bother about any fancy cutters. Divide the rolled dough into equal squares. Here I've got 16 equal squares where I'm going to bake half of them and another one I'm going to prepare them on the stuffed top. Take a greased baking tray and place half of the squares on it. Cut them from the middle if you wish. Place the equal triangles on the baking tray. Make sure there is space between them. Heat a pot on slow-medium flame and add salt at the bottom. Here I have used almost 3/4 kg of salt. This is normal table salt. I have used a baking ring here, but you can use anything that will give a decent height. Place the baking tray over the ring, cover it and cook it for 20 minutes. After almost 20 minutes, you'll notice that the bottom part has turned nice golden brown in color. Turn them over the other side and bake for another 20 minutes. After almost 40 minutes, my stuffed top khari is ready. Since they are baked on the stove, they do not puff up a lot, but they are as crispy and crunchy. Now we'll bake some. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius and bake the khari for almost 40 minutes or till they turn golden brown in color. Turn them around halfway so both the sides are cooked nice golden brown in color. If you just split open one khari, you will see it is cooked perfectly all the way inside. It's pretty hot. Just look at it. It's so beautiful and crispy. If you will break the oven one or the stuffed top one, both are equally crispy and crunchy. You can use any of the method to bake them. If you split open the stuffed top one, you will notice that that is also perfectly cooked. See, all the inside layers are very crispy and crunchy. This one here is an 8-layer rectangle khari that I made the next day with some generous butter layer. Look at the golden brown color. Hope you enjoyed that crunch as much as I did. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my recipes, do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.